All right, so this is going to be homemade coleslaw. We're going to cut up some carrots so they fit in the food processor. And we're going to do those first. So the first thing I did was have it on the wrong blade side up. We have some discs. And I wanted shred. All right. He's excited. He's getting homemade food with Mom. What is not to be excited about, right? So we're gonna try and recycle some of these that laid flat. See if we can get a better cut out of them. Alright, so we're going to do that. There's our carrots. It's okay that the other carrots are like shaved discs. It isn't going to really matter. He'll eat it. He does not care. Alright, now we're going to put the, I think we're going to use the same size. It's been a while since I've made coleslaw, like since the summer, last summer. And we've got our head of cabbage. So we're going to take a couple of the outer leaves off, cut the stem, and cut it up into pieces. So there's the base. We cut that off. We're cutting some of the outer leaves off. Basically, I go till they stop folding out easily. There we go. Now, we're going to cut in half. Could this kid be any more excited about food? He's a foodie, right? Alright, now we're going to cut again into quarters. Now we're going to cut the core out. We don't need that. And we're going to cut the core there. We don't need that. And we still can't fit it in the machine because it's too big, I think. Let's see if this. Nope. Take some more of the core out. Yep. Alright. This is what we got. This is what we're working with, peeps. Work good. It'll work well, excuse me. Work well. You okay there, Lovey? See what we're doing here. Yep, we're doing pretty good. We have to scrape some of this off here and pull some of this out. He's literally dancing around the living room. You should see him. He has his ears on, his St. Patrick's Day headband. It's so cute. Alright, this is going back on. This is going back on. You gonna make it there, Bubs? I don't think I need to cut it width-wise as much as I do length-wise. Yep. Do I need the whole head of cabbage? That's the next question. So I just kind of eyeball it. I try and do a little more cabbage than carrots, but honestly it doesn't matter. It's all good. Take out the big pieces. You okay there, Lovey? Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to put the other half of the cabbage back in the bag and put it back in the refrigerator, and I'll either make another batch of this in a little while when this is gone, or I might do cabbage roll-ups. You can also cut it and make steaks and roast it in the air fryer. It's so good. It is so good. Alright, let's get the trash bin. Sweep this mess right into the trash. And that's it. That's all you need to do to get the veg prepped for some homemade coleslaw. I tend to do batch cooking for everything and freeze and or put it in a some sort of a container to. Now we're going to use Truvia sweetener for our quote sweetener. For the last 5 minutes of cooking, we're going to put the sauce on our wings, and this will all come together. So Madison likes cooked vegetables. He may or may not eat the coleslaw. I definitely eat the coleslaw, even though it causes me some problems later. I love it. And I'll show you how the coleslaw is made. It's made with the homemade mayo and some Truvia and some vinegar. Pretty good. This also cuts the amount of sweetener that's already in the Rays by mixing all the other ingredients in there. Yeah, we lost none of the tang and gained all of the flavor and lost some of the carbs. Alright, this can get put away. So this is such an easy keto recipe. You're gonna wish you had it sooner. Alright, now we're gonna take the rest of our mayo, homemade mayo. And we're gonna add in our sweetener. We don't need a lot of this dressing. A little goes a long way. We're going to add it right in because this takes the place of sugar in homemade coleslaw. I think 4 packets will be enough. And we're going to mix that in. Dishwasher's going to get run today. Alright, we're going to mix this into the mayo. This is what it should look like. That's some bomb-ass homemade mayo, people. You can't get this in the store. It's so clean. It's so fresh. Made it yesterday. So yum. Alright, now to that, we're going to add some vinegar. How much, you say? About that much. So it's running. You want it to be running. Making a mess here. Oh yeah, that is so good. Before we add the dressing, we gotta add a little salt and pepper. Oh my God, I'm making a holy hell mess here. Now, if I got too heavy-handed with the vinegar, we could always add a little bit of sour cream or a little bit of yogurt, Greek yogurt, to thicken it up a little bit, but I like the way it looks right there. I don't think I have any pepper. I've run out. So we're going to add some good quality sea salt or pink salt to this. I'll leave that out because we're going to use it for other stuff. And then we're going to just toss it in here with everything else. And that's homemade, low carb coleslaw. If you were in a pinch, you could just use avocado mayo that you bought in the store, or Duke's that you bought in the store, mayo with a little bit of vinegar in it and salt and pepper and a little bit of sweetener. So we don't like a ton of dressing. This is what it should look like for us. You can add more if you like. You can add less. It doesn't matter. This isn't about perfection. If I were opening a restaurant with this, I wouldn't do it this way. But just for home use, this is fine. I could have probably done the rest of the cabbage, but then it would have been like 10 pounds of coleslaw. As it is, I'm sure some of this will be going with Mr. Loveland to the group home. All right, clean up. Then we'll prep the cooked vegetables. And if you let this sit for a minute, it will marinate and add some substance to it. You can also use this in like sandwiches for crunch as well. It's really good. So we just need this to kind of sit for a few minutes. It's one of those dishes that the longer it sits, the better it gets. The flavors kind of deepen. Yep. And yeah, you saw me double dip that, sorry. I'm human. So we're going to steam this open and add a little butter. Because butter makes everything better. Butter, bacon fat, avocado oil, coconut oil, and olive oil are all recommended fats on a low-carb diet. We're going to put this back in the microwave for a minute. All right, I'll come back when it's time to plate.